The New York Knicks have reached an agreement with RJ Barrett to give him a 4-year, $120 million extension, which would start in the summer of 2023. What do I think about this deal? I actually think this is a good deal for the Knicks because I think they gave RJ what he probably would have gotten on the open market, to be honest. That's probably what he would have gotten if he was a free agent next summer. So it was a good deal. And it could be even a better deal if RJ possibly outperforms his contract. Let's say if he makes it to one All-Star game in the next few years, this will be a bargain deal. So if you're in the Knicks, and if this deal works out, even at worst, if he doesn't become All-Star, but he continues to produce similar numbers to what he's been producing, it probably I would say that you break even at worst, most likely. I think RJ will stay consistent to what he's brought to the table, so you break even. One thing I'll say about RJ is I think last year he had his slump. Even though his scoring increased last year to 20 a game, I felt his field goal percentages dropped all around. The previous year, he had 44% overall from the field, 40% from three. Last season, he was 40% overall from the field, 34% from three. So I actually would like to see him improve on just his shot selection and just be more efficient. That should be RJ's goal heading into next season and not focusing on scoring 20 or more. I think if he just focuses on being efficient, he can get easily 17 to 22 points a game, which is good enough for him. But focus on efficiency because I think he'll do a lot for his game. I think the Knicks would be a better team if he learns to become a more efficient player. That's where he can be very good. Career-wise, when I look at RJ, I don't think he can be a superstar. I don't ever see that for him. I don't see that happening for him. I think at best a second-tier star. The guys I define as second-tier stars would be a guy like DeMar DeRozan, just a very good player, a guy who made several All-Star games, but you definitely know he's not a superstar. You could also say Levine in Chicago is that type of player also. Just a very good player, a guy who can be an all-star in any given year, but just cannot be a superstar, cannot elevate to that level. So I think that's who RJ can be, a second-tier player if he continues to work hard. I think he can reach that probably within a year or two. I think he could definitely get to that level. And what I'll say for the Knicks is that surprisingly, I would say that their offseason has been good in the sense that they haven't made any really stupid moves. They haven't made some crazy trades. They've kind of stood pat for the most part. Granted, they did sign Jalen Brunson to that deal, but I think overall they made some good moves and they were just solid. And I think if you're a Knicks fan, you have to be happy. The key thing for the Knicks is just to build a solid base of consistency where they can be eventually trusted by the rest of the league, especially free agents. I think the biggest thing that turns off free agents about the Knicks is that they're unpredictable. Their owner makes dumb moves. He's irrational. So the Knicks have to be consistently making solid moves. I think if they do this for the next 4 to 5 years, then some major player will want to go down there eventually. So good, it's good overall for the Knicks. And also, I always feel when you add players of value or you keep players of value for your team, that's always making a good move. And RJ has been a good value for the Knicks for the last few years. So we'll definitely see how this turns out and see if RJ can elevate his game to the next level in the upcoming season. And that's all I have to say about this deal.